in September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments, you know. And I just smile.
Right.
Because a lot of the people that personally know me, they know. They like, man, I don't know why they doubting that boy.
Right.
You know. And it's cool, but I need that.
Right.
I need the doubters to fuel me. Right. I need the people to say, oh, well, look at his fight against Majimov. You know, what you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not strong enough, or this person gonna knock me out, because that makes me get up and, you know, turn into Super Saiyan.
Right. As you move up in weight, some of the time they say, like, well, you move up in weight, you lose some of the power. But do you feel that you'll still be able to maintain that level of quickness moving up 2 weight classes? I mean, that's going to be 14 pounds, moving up 14 pounds. Are you still going to be able to possess? Because everybody says, well, Canelo has power. That's his natural fighting weight. You're moving up. That's not your natural fighting weight. You have the speed advantage. So are you going to be able to maintain that speed advantage and still be able to pack a punch?
Of course. You know, I think, you know, if you can punch, you can punch.
Okay.
You know, it may not have the same effect that it did on a smaller guy, on a bigger guy, but if you sharp, you sharp.
Right.
You know, and I don't got to knock him out. I just got to beat him.
Right.
A lot of people thinking just because a person punch harder than, you know, another fighter, that they automatically going to win. No, it's a lot of fighters that lost, you know, and they punch way harder than the fighter that they lost to.
Right.
Canelo's not just a puncher. I don't know why. That's
what people believe, huh?
It's just like this. They don't know boxing. They just looking at him being strong.
The bigger man.
He's a great boxer. You know what I mean?
Right.
People taking away from his boxing skills and just thinking that he's just this puncher when that's not true. So that's why I laugh, because we're not just looking at Canelo as a puncher. We're looking at him as a whole fighter, a complete fighter. You know, he can take a punch, he can deliver a punch, he can counter punch you, he can box you, he can punch on you, you know what I mean? Good body puncher, good, you know, fighter that got good balance, he never getting out of position. So we looking at all that.
Where were you when you decided to say, you know what, my next great adventure? Canelo.
It's crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know where I was at. But it was like, I'm always willing to challenge myself. Like today with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, it's just in
That's
me.
the first thing he did. He came in, oh, I tackled you.
It's just in me. It's just the competitive nature in me. You know, if I was sitting next to Michael Jordan, I'd be like, man, let's play one-on-one.
Right.
Let me see how many I can score on you. You know, that's just me. So accomplishing so much and failing to have the Manny Pacquiao fights, you know, the Cotto fights and the Shane Mosley that all the other great fighters had when these fighters was on their way out, you know, that made them, you know, the star that they is. Not having those guys to share the ring with,
right.
It's like, oh man, what can you do to leapfrog those fighters? Why not go up 3 weight classes? I wanted to go up 3, just to be honest. I didn't want to fight at 154. I wanted to go.
So you want to go straight from 47 to 68?
Yes, I did. It's documented. I wanted to go from 147 to 168, just because I want to challenge myself.
But that's a...
Yeah, and that's the joy of it. That's the joy of it. Everybody's like, man, boy, you crazy. Yeah, you got to be crazy to think of things
Yeah,
like
because
that.
not a whole lot of guys. I mean, Roy went from 168 to and he weighed to heavyweight, and I think he weighed 193 in that fight. So that was basically, I mean, that's 25 pounds that he went up. You'd be going up 21 pounds. And normally guys like go up incrementally. You know, you fought it because if I'm not mistaken, I think Sugar Ray and Duran fought at lightweight at 135. I think
No.
147.
Yeah.
Because I know Sugar Ray and Hagler, Hearns fought at 47, but Sugar Ray and Hagler fought at 160. And I'm like, okay, 147, he go to 154, he go to 160. We cool, okay, Bud. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Bud, think about going to super middle?
Yeah. That's the excitement about it, you know. When I look at it, like, I always had this mind frame of the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Okay.
I've been beating up big dudes all my life.
Because they underestimate your Bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
Okay. You win this fight, then what? Where you go from there, Bud? You can't go back down.
I might go to heavyweight. Nah, I just play.
But who? I mean, once let's just say for the sake of argument, and I'm gonna say, Bud, you win this fight at 168. You can't fight someone else. You can't fight anybody at 147 because everybody will say, why is he fighting? At
Yeah. I can't make 147 either. Anyway.
You can't make 147 again?
No, it's over.
What about 54? Junior middle.
Man, we're gonna go to 168.
So you gonna go to 168 and stay there?
I ain't thinking about nothing but 168.
Nothing but that.
168.
Is it over after that?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
What be left?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
You would have scaled the 7 summits.
Yeah.
And finished off with Mount Everest.
We might do a rematch. You never know.
How long have you had this Canelo fight in your head?
Man. I've been thinking about Canelo for like a year now. Probably a little bit after Spence. A little bit after Spence. When they start talking about Spence and Canelo, I started thinking like, man, Canelo too big for Spence. Like, he gonna clean Spence. But then I started looking at it. I'm like, Canelo not that big.
Yeah.
You know, he's a smaller fighter that's fighting in a bigger division. So I started just sizing myself up to Canelo.
Right.
In my head. He's 5'7", I'm 5'8". I got a 74-inch reach. He got like a 60-something. You know, he's wider than me, but that's it. So I'm like, it match up. It matches up. Like, I can do that fight.
Did you ever think he would accept it? Or you just gonna put enough pressure on him, you gonna keep putting it out there and have people put it out there and say, hey, the only fight that makes sense for Bud is Canelo. The only fight that makes sense for Canelo, if he want to fight somebody and he want a super payday, Bud Crawford is it.
For sure. There's no fighter out right now that's bigger than Crawford Canelo. No fight.
I agree. I agree.
You know, so I know a lot of people say, oh, well, Benavidez, everybody want him to fight Benavidez. And that's a great fight, and that's a damn good fight. You know, but given the circumstances of Black versus Mexican and the history, I've always did bigger numbers than anything. You know, besides Manny Pacquiao, Floyd, and Floyd, you know, Conor McGregor. But yeah.
You believe these numbers will be comparable to that? There's a projection that this fight is going to do somewhere between 600 and 750, or $750 million. Floyd right now has the record. He and Pacquiao did 600 million in revenue. You believe this fight, Canelo, Netflix, can approach that number or go north of that number?
I don't know, because it's different times that we're living in. When you look at today's time, you got so much piracy. You know, it's different. Back in the days, you didn't have that much.
No, yeah.
But now, you know, everybody got an app.
It's true.
My kids be talking about, oh yeah, I'm watching the UFC fights. I'm like, I ain't pay for no UFC. They watching it on their phone.
Right.
You know, so it's way different nowadays,
Right.
and it's hard. It remind me of back in the days when they was burning CDs.
Yeah.
And the artists was like, man, we can't make
no money.
we can't make no money because everybody burning CDs
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I just think, you know, it's gonna do tremendous numbers, but to say I know how much, I don't.
Because I'm looking at, say, Canelo's guaranteed 150, you guaranteed 100 million. Damn, bud. It's too late for me to train? I mean, that's that number. That sounds like a number that you can get down with.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know, bud. I mean, I'm trying to figure. Help me out on this, because Marvin Hagler once said it's hard. It gets hard once you got mink slippers and silk pajamas to get up there and train and get hit in the face again.
That's what he said?
Yes, but here's the
I
thing.
ain't got no silks.
No, but look at Floyd. Everything Floyd was making money doing 30, doing 40 million, $50 million a fight, and he still had the same desire as if he had $2. Bud Crawford made money, and he still has the desire to get up and train as if he has $5. How does one stay in that mind? Because it's easy now. Bud, you live in the ivory tower. But you just told me you got a new crib built. Although it cost you $63, it's a new crib. Well, I'm saying, you got this new palatial estate, and you still stay hungry. How?
Because, like, I don't want to lose. That's the thing. I don't want to lose in nothing. You know, so I'm fighting for my future, my kids' future. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it to win. I'm not gonna half do it. I'm not gonna half step it. I'm not gonna play around with it. I'm gonna try to win. So that's my motivation, my family, to secure them with generational wealth, with the businesses that I've created,
Right.
the things that I put my money into, to teach them that anything is possible. And then not only that, for their kids'
Right.
can live off of their great-great-grandpa's success. Like, you know, when you see a trust fund baby.
The Ford family, the Rockefellers, the Kellogg's, the M&M Mars, the Heinz ketchup.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Why can't, you know, where I come from, man, people don't be leaving their kids nothing.
Right.
When they pass, man, people
You leave them in debt because they ain't got nothing to leave. I can't leave.
sell dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? So I just always told myself, if something ever was to happen to me, my kids gonna be straight with or without me.
But I don't know, bud, 150 mil. You still gonna want to go in there and train? You still gonna want to go do another fight?
They might come with 250. They might come with 200. I'm going to get it.
So, training. Obviously, you're gonna have to train. You're training for a bigger fighter. So, what's that? Have you thought about? Have you lined up some sparring partners? Because you probably have to fight, you know, spar with bigger guys than what you normally spar with.
No?
You know? Bud, you try to make this thing seem like routine. It ain't routine, bud.
Man, listen, I don't spar people my size. Everybody I spar is bigger than me.
Ocho said he want to spar.
I know, he told me. He came down, he said, man, he want to get in the ring with me. I said, man, listen, Ocho.
That's what I keep telling him.
I said, man.
But he's doing an MMA fight with Debo, James Harrison.
I don't want to do it to him. Ocho good, man. That's my guy.
Yeah.
He funny than a mug.
He
He's funny.
But go ahead, do one round, touch him up a couple times.
Y'all be wanting him to get straight.
I would have, because he be every fighter. We had another.
Hey,
we had Benavidez, yeah.
He wanna-
everything. So just,
Andre Ward.
yeah.
Andre Ward.
Hey, I mean just like pop pop. You know, just like ooh, yeah.
I don't think he want. I think he just want the joy and the bragging rights to say he been in there with us.
That's what I said.
I don't think he want to get in there and for us to really spar him.
No. Just 1 minute. Just put 1 minute. Just 1 minute on the clock.
Okay.
That's it. No, 30 seconds. Let's get it out of 30.
I'm gonna tell him, be like, man, hey, Shannon,
Do 30. Hey, just touch him a couple times. No, don't go all out on it. But just
line him up, man.
Yeah, hey, Ocho, bug, and I will be right there with my cat.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How different, you win this fight, how different is the perception of Bud Crawford going to be? Does this put you in that pantheon?
I honestly think I've been there.
Okay.
But, you know, everybody else got their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But after this, I think people will start respecting me more. But at the same time, they have some type of excuse.
Right.
You know, it's always going to be some type of excuse on why Terence Crawford was successful and why he won the fights that nobody thought he was going to win, or he did exactly what he said he was going to do. But it was a reason why it happened at the time, or something wasn't right. So I just take it in stride.
There hadn't been very many 5 division champs. You beat Canelo at the weight and beat him at that weight. I mean, people are going to have to say Bud Crawford with Floyd Mayweather, with Sugar Ray Robinson, with Manny Pacquiao. They're going to have to. They don't have a choice.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not just saying it. Terence Crawford could have competed with all those guys. All of them. I don't see not one fighter that I couldn't compete with. From Roberto Duran to Sugar Ray Robinson. I can't say Sugar Ray Robinson because I didn't see him.
Right.
But the Manny Pacquiao's.
The Hagler, the Hearns.
Hagler was
160. Yeah, he fought it. Yeah.
But I'm talking about those guys around my weight.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
Even Hagler.
Yeah.
You know, I could have competed with. But the guys that was around my weight.
Sugar Shane Mosley and all those, yeah.
I compete with all of them. With all of them. Hands down.
But back then, Bud, guys fought. I mean, now guys are going to retire with 50 fights. I mean, I think, who was that? Duran at one point was like 78-0. These guys had like 100 fights. Sugar Ray Robinson was like, what, 200 wins and 5 losses or something.
Well, boxing has evolved.
Because they're fighting damn near every other week.
So when you look at boxing like we was talking about football.
Yes.
Or you can't blindside, crack back and all that stuff.
Yes.
Boxing have evolved to the point where we learned that we don't have to fight so much.
Right. Because there's more money involved, and so you don't have to fight for 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 when guys can make X amount of dollars and fight 1-2 times a year.
Yes.
No.
And then when you look at those fighters that got all those fights, look at their health.
Yeah.
Why would I want to make so much money if I can't enjoy it?
Can't enjoy it. Well, or don't know I've made the money.
Facts. And have somebody steal the money because I don't know what's going on.
Right.
So health is wealth.
When did you watch the Charlo fight and Canelo?
Yeah.
Did you watch that fight? Did you take anything?
I was there.
Did you take anything from it?
I felt Charlo just came for a payday.
Really?
But I really can't say, but he could have did more. He did a lot of good things in there that I felt as if he would have know or had the confidence, he would have did way better than what he did.
Do you feel that Charlo could have done more?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking about Charlo? Yeah. You think he was afraid of Canelo's power?
I do. I think he respected too much. You know, I do. But still, all in all, he did what he had to do to make it to the 12th round.
Are you gonna respect? You gonna respect it?
I don't know. We're gonna see. I never got hit by him, so I can't say if I am or I am. But I'm definitely gonna respect.
But you gonna make him respect you?
Of course.
Cause you got to, cause he'll walk you down if you don't.
Well, that's his thing.
He try to walk people down now.
He gonna do what he gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Ooh, I'm gonna be there. I gotta see this. I gotta see this one.
Yeah.
Where are you on the criticism? Man, you've never been punched by anybody like Canelo. You haven't fought a contender. I mean, bro, you just getting, I mean, why do you get to fight Canelo, this big payday, when you haven't fought anybody leading up to Canelo? And you see what he did to Billy Joe, man, once he hit you, you hear it all, bud. You've heard everything that somebody, I don't know if you've heard it personally, but you got people around you have heard what the criticism is about you taking this fight with Canelo.
That's the joy of it. Nobody knows. You know, that's the excitement.
Mm-hmm.
He's fought all these guys. He's did all these things to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Terence Crawford is great at a lower weight class, but we don't know Crawford can take the punches in the arms or take the overhand right or the uppercut or the right hand. We don't know, but that's why we fight.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of what ifs, you know, that a lot of fans is asking, or in their mind, what I can't do.
Right.
You know.
And the last time he fought somebody that had speed was Floyd. He's never seen anybody with speed like Bud Crawford.
But, you know, that's why we're gonna fight. And then all the answers is gonna be answered on fight night.
You gonna give him a rematch?
Ain't no rematch in the clause. But who knows?
So you winner take all, hey.
Winner take all. I'm taking it all.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before two something.